Alright, I think I'm on one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy back again, also known as CR, like it says on your screen. Welcome to this live digital creation mode with me. As I dive more into the creation part of the channel, and a little less on the redundancy part of the channel. Alright, I just had to check the preview. I can hear myself in the preview, so that's good. So yes, this is live digital creation mode with me. And like it should say in the description, this stream is more digital creation mode time with CR, practicing the editing, trying out the software. CR creates a few more things to add to some videos, streams, and such for later use. Now, I'm no expert in it. And CR is trying to learn even more. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to show in digital creation mode, editing with software, this stuff could be used, or what I'm going to show, you could be using this to make thumbnails for YouTube, make images for Instagram, for your social media, create custom thumbnails and such. So coming back to what I was doing, like on the previous live stream I was doing, to get comfortable here, I showed Pixlr on the previous live stream. And that's a cloud-based, online-based for photo editing, image editing. You can make a thumbnail with it. I showed that off in the previous live stream. I'll bring that example back up and what it looks like. Well, actually, you guys can see what it looks like because it's the thumbnail for this live stream. I decided to use it. And I showed it what you can just do with something like that. I'm going to show something else on this stream. Something I hinted on before. So let me just open it up. But if you haven't already, feel free to click on that subscribe right there. Yeah, see, I made that. You saw it on the bottom right hand corner of the screen on your device. Yes, I made that from scratch. Because obviously subscribe has CR in it. Alright, let's get into this. Let me open it up here. Oh, I'll have it over. Oh, okay, there we go. I forgot I minimized it. This is Photopedia. This is available at photopedia.com. Yeah, photopedia.com. This is free to use. The free version is ad supported. I'll show this actually. I'll just actually show this so you can actually see it right here. If I go over to the accounts, let's see. Free, all features. The premium, you can pay for this. You can see the pricing right there. Basically, premium just remove all the ads and you get 2 times more steps in the history. Of course, all this air stuff that's in here too. So, like I said, it is ad supported. I am using the free version. It is ad supported. However, the ads are on the side off screen. That's why you won't see them because they're just off to the side there. So let me bring this back up here. So this is an image photo editing type of software. Technically, this is probably cloud-based. So for the most part, you have to be online for this to use. But this can be used, like I said, to make your custom thumbnails for like YouTube, make thumbnails for YouTube, make images for Instagram for you to use and stuff like that. And kind of anyone that does any content creating out there for YouTube, for example, or pretty much any everything out there for video, Instagram, whatever. You could be using stuff like this. Now, as you can see on the bottom here, it will open up these file types here. So PSD, Photoshop documents, Adobe Illustrator, XD, Sketch, PDF, XCF. That's I think that's a GIMP file format, RAW, and also your standard JPEG, PNG, GIF, TIFF, and all those. So you can open up a new project, open from your computer, and there's some PSD template and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna open up a new project here. Show this. See, there's templates right here. You can look for stuff. So, say, I'll even put in the word fire. There. Let's see what it says. You could use something like this, right? Like this one right here in the top right hand corner, which I guess I already opened. So you can use that right there if you wanted to. Let me just go back to new here. So you can see some other things. Well, some things you can use for your thumbnails. Actually, technically, you can actually use the images for your videos too. Import them into your video editor and stuff like that. There's probably other things too. I'm just searching like, oops, not what, water. Okay. Let's see what there is for the water. Yeah, see. Something like this right here. You see in the top right hand corner of the screen right now. I could use that for like a water kit. You know, I could use this as a template to make a water kit thumbnail for like a water kit. You know, like your Sawyer Mini or whatever. If you're gonna show something like that. Let's look at it. Let's bag. Let's say bag, for example. Let's see what there is here. Yeah, maybe something like this. Something like this right here. Until this in this top right hand corner that I'm showing you. You know, you want to make a thumbnail for your kit videos, your go bag videos and stuff like that. You probably could use something like that. You know, those shopping haul kind of haul videos. You probably could use something like this right here. It's in the top right hand corner of the screen. Well, of the screen right here. Problems. Just hold on one sec. Probably not seeing my mouse icon right now. I do have slow-mo on for this. About 5 seconds. Just say hi to everyone. See y'all. Welcome. Oh, and I still have to play around with better parts of it, but apparently you can actually use this too on your mobile device, your smartphone, your tablet. I still have to try that out. See if you can get the full functionality. Like whatever I'm doing in this stream, can I actually do it on a mobile device like your phone, your tablet, or something like that? So users or people that make videos or whatever, you know, they don't have a computer, laptop, desktop, whatever, only have a phone or a mobile device. I'll see later on if I can actually just use it. Although you probably do need a more current kind of phone or tablet. You know, probably within the last, let's say, 5 years, give or take. I kind of tried it out on like let's say an iPad and stuff like that. It should work for your Android or your iPhone phone too. So there's one of things like right here. If you're this kind of strawberry thing, I could be using that, for example, for like as a thumbnail for like some garden wall or something like that. Here's another one on the top right hand corner where I could be doing that, some makeup haul or something like that. You want that the same thing like that. So there's a lot of things in here. Anyway. Look at that little frog right there. It's kind of cute. What is it? Maybe I should have coffee right now. It says wake me up. Yeah, you know, even that doesn't any pet videos or anything like that. There's a picture of the dog. Yeah, probably could use that if you wanted to. I think that's some noodles or something like that. I'm just taking a look real quick, just to give you guys a couple of examples. I'll show the application, program, app in more detail real soon here. Just kind of giving you guys an overview real quick here. So if I was doing the more omelet videos, I can use these exciting, with a pun, templates to kind of add something to my own thumbnails. Stuff like that. And like I said, this is free to use, but the free version of this, which includes all the features, is ad supported. Just don't see the ads. They're off to the side. Stuff like that. Oh yeah. See, here's some little baby chicks right there. So, the homesteaders out there, you could probably use this kind of image for your own thumbnails, or even add it into your existing thumbnails, designs and stuff like that. There's a pizza one. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Like I'm still scrolling. Like I can keep scrolling down. There's a lot in there. So let's see here. I'm gonna go do something that says create in here. Create. Let's see what I can do in here. Well, let's check out you guys on the side channel here. See everyone in there. Ah, you finished the video. That's cool. That's cool. he does makeup hauls, just doesn't publish them. Just kidding. So yeah, like you said, you can do a lot with this. I'll have to experiment and show this in the mobile device, like on the tablet or on the phone, so you guys can see that. So let's see what I can actually find for myself here. Just making sure I keep out the chapter. So I'm all tapped out. Let's see, something cool that I can use. I mean, I could bring in some stock image from somewhere else, but I might do it, but let's see what's in here. There's a lot of different things you can use in here. Oh, see, there's some picture of some yarn. If you're doing like, let's say, knitting, crocheting, or something like that, you might be able to use something like that. Some beads. Yeah, see, here's one with like some stationery items like pencils, pens, scissors, and stuff on it. Could be useful. Ah, see, here's a knitting one right there. So I could be using this if I'm showing a knitting video, or anyone out there that wants to show a knitting video. You can make a thumbnail with this real easily, probably. I'm just waiting for something like that. And this is just what's available here. Lots and lots of things in here. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff in here. Yeah, I think I'm let me see what I can use here. Because I'm actually gonna create something with this. Okay, I think I know. No. Lots of templates in here. And for the most part, let's see. I'm just trying to find. Actually, I'll bring it. I need to make one anyways. We'll come back to the fire thing right here. You know, you could probably use this right here if you wanted to as a thumbnail for some of your videos out there. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Use this one right here. So I'll open this up. We'll load it up. You'll see that all the stuff is on its own separate layers. This is actually very similar to something more like Adobe Photoshop. Other things, it's very similar actually. Same names in terms of the tools and stuff like that. Most of the keyboard shortcuts are the same for the most part. Slight differences because you're in the web browser using this. So let me come back to my tab here. Just reading what you guys are writing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll bring back Little House on the Prairie. I probably could. There's probably something I could use in there. But let's try this one out. I'll make that. Let's say I'll make this for fire kit in the future. Might use it, not sure, but so let's see here. Let's see that T. That's all text. There's a strip in there. So let's change this text right here. It's T on my keyboard. See, keyboard shortcut is T. Click on that. Let's change that text. Let's say fire kit. Quite common to see that in videos in survival preparedness community. Something like that. Even in voice crafting community. We'll change the font size. And of course you can it's a different fonts in here. Oh yeah. Like look at it. That's a lot of different fonts. Let's look for something that looks kind of more like a cool flame kind of thing. Plasma drip. Oh wait, I have to highlight them. Let me highlight the text first. Come on, see. Highlight the text. Oops, sorry. That was sort of close. I had it. Alright, let's go back to this. Scroll back. I forget which one that was called. Yeah, I guess I'll just find it again. Just take a look in here. This actually also can open up our app or program application type file formats, including paint.net. Apparently, I can actually import my saved documents from that into this and have it editable. Okay, let's use this. Alright. So also I gotta increase the size of that. Let's say 200 size. Ooh. Control D. No, not Control D. Oh, it's kind of cool. I'll start to put that in. I'm gonna hide. Remove this one right here. There's a little, you can't quite see it on my screen. I can see it on my screen, but there's right at the bottom, near the bottom corner, there will be a delete. I can move that. I'll hide that little. Remember that. Maybe that. So let's see this fire kit. Another thing you can do here. Let me just show this. You can bring rulers in. So I can slide these over, kind of get like a margin or something like that. Let's double check. Yeah, you can see that on the screen. So I can do like something like this. Oops, I'm trying to do that. Just drag it down. So right in here, which I'll highlight here, we'll keep most of the stuff in this area. Should be able to, yeah, you should be able to see that, yeah. Come back to my side chat right here real quick so I can see what you guys are talking about right here. Okay. Yeah. Speak of fire, right? Oh, okay. Rainbows and speckles, eh? Hey, hey, rainbows and speckles. I mean, if I was showing like something like a rainbow, there's probably a template on that too. So let me just come back here. So yeah, let's see what I can do with this. This is a little bit more powerful in terms of an application or program compared to everything's are out there. Like even when I was showing Pixlr on previous live streams, it's way more powerful than that, in my opinion. Even way more powerful than something like Paint. And like I said, this looks, even feels more like something like Adobe Photoshop, for example. A lot of similar things you can do. Just wait, I haven't shown you guys like the cool stuff yet. I'm just on rasterized display right here, so I can start editing it. But once I rasterize it, I cannot edit the text after. So now it'll change it into an image. The text is no longer editable. Can't change that text. I would have to make new text. I can do stuff for this. And what I'm gonna do here, under edit, just keyboard shortcuts too, and let's change the scale. So right here, transform, scale. Hold shift, so I keep the proportions, increase the size here. Let's see what I can do with this. Hit enter to confirm it. So something like that right now. Now, obviously, yeah, okay, fire, okay. Okay, so you think of fire, you think of like warmer colors. Obviously, you don't think of blue a lot. Although flames can be blue, but let's see what I can do with this. So I'm gonna try to do here is make this red. I'm gonna right click on this fire kit right here. Right click. Right at the top, there's blending options. It's actually the same thing you would see in Adobe Photoshop. Here you can do a lot of different things. Drop shadow, all the stuff you can see on screen. So, if I want to change the color of the text, do something like that. Well, I got red. For example. Okay, let's make it red. Why not? Now, I'll hit Control D to deselect everything. You can see it's kind of like dripping. Maybe I can drip it like wax. Kind of think like that. Although the text is kind of hard to see. So I'm gonna hold Control and press plus or minus to zoom in or out, so you can see that a little bit better. And so I can see it a little better. Hold the space bar so I can pan it to certain parts of the screen. What I'm going to do here is press E. Like I said, I'm still playing around with this. Should be E for eraser. I'm going to remove some of it just so it's a little bit more legible. So let's see here. Move some of this out. And like I said, I'm still playing around with this. Oh yeah. So scale right here. Brush size. Hardness is just like feathery. Like I said before. Tune it down to let me increase my brush size a little. Let's try 40. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's kind of remove a little bit of this extra stuff here. I don't need it all. Kind of over here a little here. This E right here, just so it's a little bit more clear. Okay. When I zoom out, or put it just as a thumbnail, because I'm gonna be making this as a thumbnail. Just so that E is a little bit more clear to see. And this eye right here, I know it's disconnect this one spot right here. Just so it's a little bit easier to see later on. I use Control minus, I can zoom back up. I'll go and over here, holding on spacebar, and dragging my left click on my mouse here to pan over. Zoom in a little bit more here. Move this part of the eye too. Just so it's a little bit more clear to see later on. Which is the idea. I don't need all this dripping wax. So I'm gonna remove some of this part on the T right here. Just so it looks a little bit more legible, readable later on. I'm trying to preserve as much of this kind of gloopy, melt waxy kind of effect. Let me just come back to my chatter so I can see. You guys are still talking about the rainbow here. Let me see my puller here. Alright. Excuse me. Well, the chat's getting hot. I know, I just said that. You guys are, that's cool, that's cool. Just come back to my thing here. See this F right here? You can see that little drip on that. That may be misunderstood as P if you zoomed out and stuff like that, or on smaller devices like a phone. I'm just gonna make that a little bit more pronounced. Let's move that actual little thing right there. Let me zoom that out here. Yeah, it looks like I'll zoom this out even a lot more. So it's like way smaller. I mean, I can read it on my screen still, personally. I mean, I'll increase the contrast and add stuff in. I want to make sure I did that first. So coming back into, oops. Control plus to zoom back in. Let's see what else can I do right here. Yeah, see that R, the little tail end. Yeah, I don't want that in there. That's too much. So I'm gonna zoom in on that R part right there. Add to it. Remove this part right here. Just because it'll be, I won't need it. It won't add much to the thumbnail. Removing it is actually a better idea. And this E part here, I probably won't need that too. And I'll remove this little part right here. Zoom back out here. Yeah, it's starting to come together right here. It's starting to come together right here. So what I'm going to do here is now select Fire Kit. and actually duplicate that layer. Something I can work on. And the reason why you want to duplicate it is because just in case you gotta revert back to something, you don't have to recreate. I don't have to recreate all this part again. It's tough for them. And I have something I can work with. So let's see here. What do I want here? As I try to figure this out. And like I said, I didn't really plan this out, but I do want to actually make a fire kit kind of thumbnail anyway, so of course I'll modify these flames in a little bit here. Add a little bit more to it. I mean, even let me zoom out here a little. Even this alone would probably be a good start or decent kind of thumbnail. Well, let's see. Let's see the K right there. I'm just looking at the K right there. I'm like, I need to make it more look like a K and not so much like an H. Just so there's no doubt what you're reading on screen. And like I said, not everyone is watching on a tablet or on a computer screen, on a laptop, on a desktop, or on a big screen TV in your app on your TV or whatever. Some people watch on a small 3.5-inch smaller smartphone display. So I'm trying to make it very, very legible. So let's turn this up a bit here. Actually, not. I don't remember that copy that I made. Go back to the original. Since I have to edit this part out. Zoom in a little here. On the hardness, which is feathering. And let's go. It's probably about 3 cents, pretty good. I'll increase the hardness a little. Get to feather it on, watch out. Remember, I'm trying to make this look more like a K and less like an H, as much as I can. Zoom back out here. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Looks more like a K than an H. F fine, I is fine, R is fine, D is good. I is good. The T, P is alright. K is alright, I think though. Of course, save your file and all that stuff. You can do this on the side. So now that I think this is how I want the text to look like, let's make a copy of that so I can work with it. The layer, find the original. Maybe I'll get back to my thing. Just give me a sec here. See how it was. Just give me a moment here, singer people. Okay. Just replying to everyone on the side chat. I do appreciate all you all coming in. Hey, I could be making. Hey, maybe I'll send you this. You can use this as your thumbnail, right? Make yours better. Just replying to everyone on the side chat right here. Well, we've been on, sorry. trying to keep up with the sign chat as much as I can. Alright, let's go back here. So let's see here. I'm trying to make some sort of melting wax kind of feel to it. Lots of those fire starters, you can make with, let's say, cotton and wax, for example, or cotton. So, especially if you had if I was making this for someone and they actually had wax fire starters, this would be a perfect font or kind of text to see. As you think, you would automatically think, hey, flipping fire wax, maybe? I don't know. That's the kind of feel I'm trying to go for. So let's see here. Because I don't want to go too technical. But sometimes I do mess around with this and just play around with this. If I wasn't actually shooting this as part of the live stream, I would just probably mess around with a couple of things and just take a look. See what looks cool. It's like, oh, that's a cool feel. Kind of what I'm going for. But sometimes you just gotta feel it out. Let me just zoom back in here a little here so I can see it a little bit here. Let's see. Walk one here. We'll see. No, wait. Should be something here. Isn't it? I thought it was. Like I said, I haven't messed around with this too long. Oh yeah. I almost forgot I can change the color of that kind of layer. So I can change it to looks more red. Right? It's just to help you identify what everything is. And of course, like always, name your stuff. Organization is important. So before I forget, double click on that and change that to real flames. For example, just so I know. Organization. And besides, if I was like making something for someone else, or using this for later on, saving a file later on to use, that's still editable. I can still edit everything. Naming everything would be important, especially if I start making like 10, 12, 20 layers in here of stuff. So let's see. I'll show you guys a couple things you can do with this. The transform thing is really cool. I can do a perspective thing, store warp and all that stuff. I'll show you the perspective thing. It's kind of cool. So maybe something like that. Or like that. It's like, ooh. Let me zoom this out. Control minus. Just dragging a corner here. Also, I don't want it outside those parameters I see. I can go like this or something like this. Or let's see. Put that over the center part a little bit more. Change it like that. Change it like that. I'll get a feel for it. Something like this. I'm not going to commit to it, so I'm going to hit escape. If I hit enter, it'll commit to it. If I hit escape, it won't commit to it. That's what I'm just showing you guys. Guys and gals out there. Again, under edit, transform. Here's the warp one. It's kind of cool too. I can warp that a little bit. Okay, escape. I'm not commit to it because I think I actually want to use that. Because I kind of like that kind of feel. Stretch it down to the bottom corner. Stretch this to the bottom corner right here. Hit enter to commit to that. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that is kind of cool actually. I think I'll remove my original one here. Rename this as the fire kit. Okay. I'll take that copy out. Commit to that. Yeah, let's duplicate this. Here. I have something else to work with. Just in case I screw up or anything, I can still revert back to something. Because usually, when you're digitally editing something, regardless if you do pictures, thumbnail, video, or anything like that, most of the time it's known as being you want it in a you don't want to be destructive. And you're right. Sarah, what do you mean by destructive? As in you can't edit it. So non-destructive. Like right now I can't edit that text anymore, but I've already committed to having this as the text. So let's go back to this here. I'm just going to switch back into my channel right here so I can see what you guys talk about. Okay. Well, don't fall asleep on me now. Just kidding. Please zoom back in this here. If you guys are actually watching this on your screen, you should be able to on your screen. Hopefully, everyone's watching this on the screen. If you're watching this on a larger display, like a TV or whatever, you should be able to see this. And another thing, I try like best practices when I make thumbnails is, especially if there's text or stuff on the screen, and that details. I always take a step back, zoom it out, and see, hey, is the text still legible enough? You're probably like, no, why does that matter, Sarah? Well, like I said, if someone's viewing on their smartphone, they just see that thumbnail real quick. Yeah, they might read the text, but usually thumbnails will catch eyes, right? People can read the text that's there, whatever it says. The details are there, and they're like, oh, they're not that confused from saying, you know, fire kit to fire hit or something like that. You know, especially if this K, for example, if I then make it more look like a K and it look kind of like an H, be like, people be like, is that K? Is that an H? Oh no, it's K. For example, best practices. Let's go back to this here. What I'm gonna do here is, there's some other things in there. I still have to play around with this a little bit more, in terms of doing this. Because I'm not sure. Well, I know what some of this does, but I'm not sure what all of it does. Let's see here. Okay, I think I know what I'll do. I'll make another copy of this. Duplicate that layer. Select the one on bottom. Right, the top one here. I'm gonna kind of make. How do I say this? I'm trying to make something that looks more like, well, fire, flames. So what I'm gonna do here is actually go to image right here, adjustments, and change the hue and saturation of this one. This one layer. Copy one, not the copy two, but the copy one. And kind of make it, let's see, flames, fire, kind of, just trying to think reds, warmer colors like reds, oranges, yellows, and stuff like that. So let's try to make this more of a. I thought I swapped that. I thought I selected that. Okay. Nice. It's not doing what I want right now. For some reason. Okay, I'll do it the other way. If I can't do it that way, then I'll just. I have no way of doing it anyways. I'll do it the other way. I'll go to the blending options and change that color. Here, let's try orange. Okay. Oops. Okay, on that. Okay, over here. It's obviously, red, orange. Now, what I'm gonna do here is try to make this kind of, well, make it look like flames and stuff like that. Let's see what I can do with this. Let me just hold tab back out. See my sunshine. Okay. So I'm gonna blend and try to blend these together somehow. There's a couple options I can think of. Like I said, I can go into the blending options and change this blend mode right here. So let's see here. What I want to do is this is dissolve. I'm just turning it on opacity, so at 50%, it's showing half and half. You may see here. You may see it on screen. You see a little dot, orange dots in there now, in between the red that's in there. That kind of maybe looks like lava. I don't know, maybe. And of course, you can see our little things in there, but you won't notice it so much. Just turn this back to normal. Not commit to that. Let's see. Yeah. Ripple. Here. Yeah. Try to ripple. Isn't that cool? Actually, that looks cool. Actually, I think, yeah, that's too much. See, I'm just adjusting till I feel like it. Yeah, see, that's not so bad. It's not so bad, actually. I'll commit to that. So, and I'll show this again. So that's the red layer. So what I'm gonna do is change this to change the name of this to. So I'm going to change the text there. Change that fire kit and copy to red. Now it's red. Red. See, it's red. And add red. Go back to that copy one. You do it right. Come on. Change that fire kit copy to orange. Just all naming, right? Organization. Well, I know what I'm doing. And I highly recommend doing that. Just so you're always aware when you're clicking on and stuff like that. I'll show it that again. So that's kind of cool. Let's see if I try. Nah. I'll stick to the red on top. Oh, look who it is. Hi, how are you doing? It's nice to see you, by the way. This might be night. This ain't GIMP. This ain't GIMP. I know you're familiar with GIMP. I've used GIMP before too, but this is Photopedia. You can actually open up the GIMP files into this, so that's a heads up right there. Yay! You get to spend time with CR? Yay! I feel so happy. Excited. Wait, excited. Like, with EG. That kind of excitement. And I know, just because I know how cool you are. Remember what I said? Remember what I said? Remember what I asked you before, so I appreciate you taking the time to drop in. You will notice that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's her. Pretty sure. Anyway, so let me just come back to this here. Yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of messing around with this. Of course, I'll also be saving a file and stuff like that. It's up here, I could save as a PSD here. Non-destructive. It'll keep all the layers that I have on the side. You can publish this online and stuff like that. So, obviously, if you're finalizing this, you probably just export this out as JPEG to use as a thumbnail, for example, for if you're making this thumbnail, for example, for YouTube, or this image for Instagram, or your social media, stuff like that. And apparently, I can export all the layers out individually, probably as PNG, so I could probably animate this to be kind of cool too. So, the fire kick could come from the right, the flames can maybe come from the bottom, something like that. I'll have to see. So let's see here. Let's have a sip of my drink here, I think. Check my side chat, because I don't see the side chat every so often. Take care. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Oh, and as you guys are here right now, because Social does too, feel free, if you haven't already, although most of you probably are, if you're watching this right now on the replay, and of course I appreciate everyone on the side chat that's watching, or everyone watching this live right now. Whenever you catch on this replay, I appreciate it. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and change that CR to a big CR. Gray. I figured I'd bring that back in. And yes, this right here, yes, I did make this too, from scratch. Made that from scratch too. Not in this, is that in Photopedia, but I did make it in our photo editor. I might actually come back to that and make a new one. So let's see what else I got here. So like I said, this fire kit, I'm actually making this thumbnail for something. You might see this later on. And you'll be like, oh, hey, Cyril, yeah, that's the fire kit he's talking about. I remember the thumbnail you made on during a live stream. It's so cool to see it, during the live digital creation mode, CR. So let's see here. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, maybe I'll try to add some yellow in here somewhere. What I'm going to do here is, let's duplicate the red, fire kit red layer. I'm just gonna hide their ones right here. And then go back to the blending options, change the color overlay back to, let's see, yellow, yeah. Because also fire tends to indicate warmer colors. Right, that's it. That's obvious. I'll go to that. Oh, okay. Keep the opacity all the way at 100. Okay, that for now. So if I click on the orange one, it shows that one. It's one of that. Yeah, so you can't notice the yellow so much in there. So let's see what I can do here. Yeah, let's go over the filter and see what I can do here. I might have to experiment here. Sometimes I could experiment. See what I can use. Let's try wave. This actually might work, but I need to see the bottom one. I need to see the layers below it. Alright, so we'll go back to here again. Stored. Let's try wave. That's probably a little too much, so let's try to tone this down a little here. Just trying to see whatever looks good. No. I can do with this. Here, set that back to the original parameters again. Like I said, I haven't used this much, so I am actually learning this while I'm doing this. So, some of the things you're seeing is like me just kind of experimenting. Trying to get something that looks more like flames in there. So yeah, I kind of like how that looks. I'm gonna commit to that. Right, that fire kit, which I'm not rename here. It's fire kit layer. Come on, see there. Change that. Change the name to. Click on it. Chapter yellow, so I know. And I'll move that down. Let me zoom out a bit. Yeah, it's not that legible though. It looks cool. It looks cool. It definitely looks cool. I don't know what you guys think it is. Yeah, you don't usually look yellow? Yeah. I won't yell at you for saying that. Hey, I'm trying to throw a pun in there. It was also like this is kind of dry seeing the edit, but I gotta spice it up, right? So let's, I guess I'm just gonna move this layer back to the top here. I'm gonna try blending option right here. So blending mode, and I'm just holding down or up on my keyboard or laptop in this case. Just trying to see if I can get some kind of cool in there. Trying to get some of that yellow in there as much as I can. Just gonna turn on the opacity a little here. Okay, that's not doing it. I'll try it the other way. So I'll hit press Control plus so I can zoom in a little bit. It's not basically remove some of it. So E on the keyboard for the eraser tool. It's right there. See, eraser tool keyboard shortcut is E. Now, like I said earlier, this is technically available. I don't know how usable it is because I still have to try it out a little bit more. try to do something like this, but you can run this on a smartphone or on a tablet. You probably need a way newer version of your tablet or smartphone, probably within the last 5 years, give or take. I had to see. I ran this on an iPad, even on an iPhone, for example, and I'm pretty sure this runs on Android too. And you should be able to run this on like like your Samsung or something like that. Although I haven't tried personally yet. So what I'm gonna do here is actually remove some of this excess stuff. I kind of like this feel of this yellow dripping down like that, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna keep that. But before I do any of that, I'm actually gonna duplicate that layer because I might want to use it still. So I'll hide the copy. Select the FireKit yellow layer right here. Of course, I have the eraser tool to select that because I pressed E again. Let's go. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna increase the brush size. Yeah, that's probably right there. Reduce the hardness, which is kind of like feathering. Let's put some of this out here. I want to keep that bottom part. I kind of like the bottom part where it's dripping. And the reason why I turned down the hardness is to feather it a little bit more. So it looks kind of, the transition from one spot to the next spot is kind of more gradual instead of being like very pronounced and hard, like a hard shadow. As much as I can. Press spacebar so I pan over to the other side. Do it for the kit letters in there. As much as I can. Press Control minus. There you go. It's not too bad. Let's see it on my OBS side. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, that's not too bad. I'll probably work on this more even after the stream or later on, but it's good for right now. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. I'll keep that copy in there. I'll rename this as. It's concept. From FireKit Yellow to FireKit Yellow dripping down. Just so I know what that layer is supposed to represent. So now it says FireKit Yellow dripping down. Just so I know exactly what that layer is supposed to represent in my image. Because naming things is important too. So now, let's work on this kind of real flames right here. I haven't worked on the background yet. So I'm just going to make a copy of it just so I can work with it. Just in case I want to revert back. Work on that copy right here. So right now, the flames, the K, dripping down, whatever. It's hard to let me zoom back in so you guys can see that better. It's hard to see that because the colors are pretty similar. So let's see here. Let me zoom back out so you can actually see it. So I'm gonna select all. I can work. So Control A to select all. It's kind of move tool V on the keyboard. That's the keyboard shortcut. So Don't worry about this kind of transparency on this side. I'll fix that up. Just add more black to the side after. Just kind of moving this around. Just getting a feel for where I want to put it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe when I hit escape here, just to not. I don't know. I can't get. We'll see. Think I have a better idea. I'm gonna make another duplicate that again. And what I'm gonna do is actually try to extend the flames out to the side more, so it takes up more horizontal room. So you're probably like, oh, how do you do that, CR? Well, I'm gonna move this one to the side a little. Like that. Go back to the. So I just moved the copy to. Now I'm at the copy. Move that to the side here. And show both of them, and you'll see it side by side. Now what I'm gonna do here is select the real flames, copy to. Right click, blending options, and I should be able to go to not multiply. I think it's overlay or something. You'll see what I mean when I start hitting down on the arrows. Yeah, see? We're lane. There's green. Whatever. So basically, it looks like I just mirrored it. Well, not mirrored it, but kind of cloned it. So now, that's not too bad. No, that's not too bad. So what I'm actually going to do is actually select the top one, copy to, right click, merge down. So now that both of those are on a single layer, merged together. And obviously, I'll rename this as, let's say, come on, CR. Come on. Change that. Wow, that's not what I want to do. Trying to rename. It's being fussy to me right now. Okay. Check the real flames. I'll just put the word fire in there for now. You guys can see that. You guys are enjoying what you're seeing right here. And I see people are talking in. I'm all tapped out every so often, so I will say hi though. I appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the warm support here. Yeah, see. It's Fire Kit. Funny also. I'm gonna say a lot of warm things. Maybe some warm puns in there too. You know, something to spice up the conversation a little bit on the side chat. Yes, this is Photopedia. This is known as Photopedia. Available at photopedia.com. It runs in your web browser. I know it's available, and so you can use this even if you're not using Windows machine. Alright, let me just come back to my imagery here. So, you're probably like, okay, CR, well, let's zoom this out. So, Control minus. Yeah, it's not too bad. I might tone down the flames in the background a little bit more, so the Fire Kit words stand out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of, it should be B on the keyboard for brush, right? Should be B. Yeah. Yeah, B. Right here, you'll see red and black. This is the foreground, background, secondary color. So I'm going to change that to black. Because also my background is mostly black. increase my brush size, turn down the hardness a little, which basically you'll see it as feathery. And just in case I do something stupid, and just to make a copy of that, just so I can work with it. Work on this copy layer right here. So let's see. Oops, it's not what I wanted. I forgot to commit to that and hit OK in there. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I can tone this down a little bit. Nope. Just where the words are. Not too much though. Just so the words are a little bit more easy to see. Not too much though. I don't want to lose too much of the flames. So probably where this IT is there right here. I can tone it down a bit. It's just a tad, not too much. And the reason why I toned, well, so you can tell why I increased the brush size, but this hardness thing is pretty much to feather it a little bit more. So on the outside of the edge of the brush, it's a little bit, what's the word? Well, it's known as feathery. Anyways, I've ordered it as feathery. Because, for example, here, let me show the original. If I want hardness all the way up, see what happens. Oops, wrong layer. Okay, so I'm on the real flames fire. This is the original one. I'm gonna commit to this, but you see the hardness is all the way up to 100%. That's what it does. But if I tone it down to, let's say, 0, with the same brush size, you'll notice the difference. That's the reason for it. Let me just hit Control-C to undo those two things. Let's show that copy I'm working on. Make sure I have that selected. Keep working on this a little bit more. I don't want to lose too much in here. Maybe a little tad right there. Yeah, that's too much. And I have the hardness all the way down too, so I'm gonna increase the brush size a little here. Let's say that much. Zoom this back out, Control minus. It's not too bad. So what do you guys and gals think of this one right now? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not too bad for something, you know, with a little bit of skill, a little bit of knowledge of knowing what to do, but nothing that no one else can do. Anyone can do this. Sometimes it just takes practice. Honestly, like anything in terms of survival or preparedness or homesteading or whatever, sewing or whatever, it's just practicing it, getting better at it by actually doing it. It's just like sewing, you know. Maybe at first you're like, oh, I'm just making running stitches. But later on, you're like, oh, I started to learn these back stitches and incorporate that in. And you realize, hey, after a while, so my stitching is getting better. It's actually straight. And I'm doing it free-handed. Or, you know, you're learning gardening by actually doing it, learning from the experience of doing it. You know, maybe you fail, but you start to learn stuff. It's like, oh, that's what it does. That's what I need. That's what it does. So, I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm gonna remove this bottom layer right here. I don't need that. We'll use this. Hide that and come on. Rename that as. Come on, see concealer. Turn the radio here. Okay. Flame. Wide flames. Just so I know what it what's on that layer and what it represents to me. You know, to describe it, I guess. That's a good word of saying it. Let's see right here. Oh yeah, okay. I'm not familiar with that. To be honest, I'm not as familiar with that. I know some people are. I'm not familiar with that. Unfortunately, so I cannot directly help you with that. Because I've been used to editing on a desktop and laptop for a while. Because that's how I learned. But I am trying to see if I can learn the more mobile devices like a tablet or a phone. Just so I know, you know, just so I know. Let me zoom back in here real quick. Okay, there's a couple of hiccups in here. I need to remove on the text, but I'll work on that a little bit later. I don't know why how this looks. Oops, wrong thing. Zoom this back out. So I need to make this. How can I do this? Okay. I'm gonna select the wide flames layer right here. It should be under image adjustment. Trying to think if I want to go to hue and saturation or curves first. Well, I'll show you hue and saturation. Yeah, see, I can change the flames to, you know, hey, let's have blue flames. Woo! Why not that key? What's that? Set that, not commit to that operation. Go back to this. Go back to curves. Curves is basically a way of, you'll notice in entire photo editing and stuff like that. Basically, you could do, you know, I can make it really bright or really much darker. I wanted to. What I think I'm gonna do is just make it. Yeah, I don't want that. No, I don't mind that whatsoever. I'm just looking at the screen here. Also, you're gonna see very similar colors right here. Analogous colors. You know, similar colors. So I'm trying to get contrast in here too. It's actually easy to see. And like I said, you'll see a final product at the end of this. So I'm satisfied with that at the moment. And the thing is, I could probably bring in something along the bottom right here. I'll just maybe highlight this so you can actually see right down here where I have it selected. Something like that. I probably could put like images like wood or something like that. Kind of make it look like a campfire kind of deal if I wanted to. Or, you know, candles or something like that if I wanted to do something like that, but I'm not gonna do that. But one thing I need to do is actually, yeah, I'm gonna make a folder right here. Basically, if I remember right, a folder is basically a way of grouping things together. So I'm basically gonna drag, well, it's for the Firekick yellow copy, all these into that folder, right? there. Should be in. Let me just wait a moment. Untitled Chapter. Okay, I'm doing it. I gotta rearrange these back in the way that I have them. Basically now of course, and like always, oops, I don't know what I meant to do. Trying to rename the folder here. So I'm gonna name that now as FireKit itself. Now obviously there's a drop down menu. I press that, stuff like that. From that, if I remember right, I can pass through and all this other stuff. I can change this. Now I can basically the folder allows you to group things together. I can change all of it at the same time. So I can actually go into this, you know, change the color of the whole thing now, of that whole group, if I wanted to. You know, maybe I want to put, you know, well, this gradient, a pattern thing. Yeah, actually, I might try the pattern thing. Let's try the pattern thing, just for fun. Let's see. How much way of? Yeah, not much way of presets. Yeah, I'd say I'm not that good at that. I don't like how that looks. It's not what I'm looking for. Not for this kind of image I'm looking for. No. Not clicking too much. Yeah, I don't like how that looks here. Bevel and emboss. Nah, I don't like that much. Let's think I should be able to actually okay. No, let's see. You'll see this one little thing right here I gotta deal with. It's just bugging me right here. You'll see that spot right there. I need to remove that. I didn't notice it from earlier. I have to figure out where it is. So now I guess I just figured out where it is. It's on this FireKit yellow grouping layer. I have E selected for eraser. Just gonna remove that. So I won't need that. It's bugging me. It's just bugging me. Control minus so I can zoom back out. Let me check my chat again. Hello everyone. Let's see what else is in here. Well, maybe I'll make an earth based one. A recycling one. A green one. And I mean, also I'm making a FireKit kind of thumbnail right now. Obviously. I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious. Let me say hi to everyone. I appreciate you all taking the time to drop in. And like usual, as I like to show it now, I appreciate everyone dropping in, watching this live right now. If you're catching on this replay, I appreciate it. Hopefully, you know, try this out, you know, if you want. There is a tutorial too. Well, not tutorial, there's actual information too. Let me just see. Let me just bring this up. See, it's right here on the site, on the Photopedia site. You'll see what these things can do. Right here. And there's tutorials, like I said, and templates and all this other stuff. Let me just click back on my thing here so you guys can see it. Okay. So now, let's see. I need to make the fire kit stand out a little bit more. The words. So what I'm going to do here is copy all three of these layers. So the fire kit yellow dripping, the fire kit red, the fire kit orange. I'm going to duplicate all of them right here. And all the ones that say copy in there. Yeah. Drag this out a little. I almost forgot I can drag this out a little. That's one thing I like about this overvoice like Pixlr. I'm going to show it in a previous live stream with digital creation mode. I can actually write that out so I can actually see more of it. And sometimes my names that I put for to describe it are wrong, so what I do here is move this there, all the copies like that. Right click and merge it down. Merge all three of those together. Now they're all together. One layer, something like that. Bring this out. Yes, I know. See? It's asking me to save. See? So I guess he doesn't want to see that. Just that. I have no idea what it's going to show it. I appreciate everyone dropping by on this digital creation budgeter. And as I save my file here, real quick. So I'm going to save this locally on my computer here, I guess. I'm going to name this. I'm going to name this Fire Kit thumbnail, for example. And yeah, so now, let me just double check here. Yeah, it's on my desktop, okay. Basically now, I'll show, now you'll see, right here, now the save option's available for me. So now I can just hit Control plus S, keyboard shortcut, and save my work, right? And always, like I say, save your work and stuff like that. Just so whatever happens, you know, always save your work. Let me just drag this back over here. You can see more on the screen here. I'll hide my Fire Kit folder right there that I have. So I'll work on this. Now I'm just gonna see. Let's try curves. I have that selected. I have that selected. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to make it brighter. Try. Yeah. Reset. I'm trying to make. Yeah, that's way. That's enough. I'm trying to make that kind of brighter here. Yeah, sometimes I gotta figure things out too. Not everything always comes naturally. I know what some of this stuff does, but sometimes I'm just trying to figure out what I want to actually do with it. Yeah, not color balance. I don't know. No, okay. No. Maybe brightness contrast might work better. Yeah, okay, so you could see before, after. So I think I'll commit to that. It's actually I'm increasing how much that yellow comes in that background. I mean, from the background, from the fire kit words right here. I'll commit to that. And that's how I'm looking what I'm looking for. And in Control plus S to save keyboard shortcut. Just come back to my side chat so I see you guys here. And I'm reading what you guys are still talking about the unicorn. And the rainbows too, apparently. Hey, maybe I should make a unicorn and a rainbow thumbnail just for you guys. Because you guys are talking about it. Just kidding. Just kidding. Let's see here. Let's go back to this here. I'm just gonna zoom out here. I like how that's turning out. Like I'm zoomed out quite a bit, and I'm leaning back away from the screen here. Let's see how noticeable is everything. Because if you can see things in a small scale, usually in a bigger scale, it should be fine. Because like I said, not everyone watches 15-inch display on their laptop or their desktop, for example, or some 50-inch, 60-inch display on their TV. Some people actually watch on a 3.5-inch display on their smartphone. So that's why I always try to make it as legible as possible, or as not just legible in terms of the words and stuff like that, but the details and stuff like that. Hence why I did all that other stuff beforehand. Like, if you were watching it already, you would have saw it. I'll save my work right there. Okay, I'm gonna try blending options right here. Just see what I can do here. Well, if I was going for blue, that would be fine, but I'm not. I'm not making blue flames. Wow, honestly, that almost looks like grayscale. But that's not what I'm looking for. I don't know. Maybe this is how go back to the blue one. Yeah. Guess I could try inner glow. So much. Try to kind of emphasize that kind of fire thing a little bit more. I don't want to lose that kind of feel that I got for it in terms of the like I said, melting wax at the bottom. Feel I'm going for. Okay, let's see. So with before, after, before, after. Yeah, I like the after. Let's see what this just sounds so I can see it better. After, before. Yeah, okay. I like how it's going for. I'll commit to that. Save my work. I'll go to saving. So go again. Yeah, I kind of like how this looks. Kind of like how this looks. Yeah, I am kind of liking how this looks. Not that I have to have that. Just some of that extra little stuff I have on the side still. See, I still have this original layer from earlier. Let's see here. What can I actually do with that? Might be able to do something with this. I'm not experimenting with it first. Hit E for eraser here. Oops, I'm trying to pan. Control+, I can zoom in here. Now I actually remove kind of what I call the wax things at the bottom of the fire kit words. So I'm gonna remove that. Select my brush size on the hardest, which basically is like feathering. Let's see right here. Right below the writers here. Just not hide this. See right here, I could actually rename that actually no. To just so I know. Fire kit to or whatever it was to fire kit. I don't know. It's called me. Just so I know. I'm just gonna hide that for a moment here so I can actually see when I find that eraser. Select on the fire kit yo, which is actually, let me just pull that out here so you can see that. Need some more brush size, so let's pull that down. Show the not that the fire kit main. So what I'm trying to do here is add some that this. Let me just turn that off or turn off all of it here. What I'm trying to do here is this some of this stuff that's on the outside a little bit. I'm trying to add that in, so it looks like what's the word I'm looking for? Flare. I guess flare is probably a good word. I haven't talked about fire after all. Let me just see what you guys see in the slideshow. I appreciate you taking the time to drop in. Keep smiling, okay. Just saying it. Oh, I missed anything. Yeah, learning different languages is a good thing. You know, where it'd be using hola or konnichiwa or bonjour. It is good to know. It is good to know. Especially if you go traveling. Let's see here. Hey, I agree. We need more positivity in our world. More than ever. Alright. Let's come back to my image here. Let me zoom out here. So I'm trying to preserve, well, not preserve this yellow that you're seeing on the screen right there. Yet actually have the fire kit words stand out so it's actually readable. So let's see what I can do here. See what I can do here. See what I can do here. Just my brush size a little here. Yeah, okay, that'll be a little bit more smooth. 150. Control S to save my work beforehand, just in case. Canvas. So right here, yeah. Yeah, that's too big. Too big a brush size. So let's turn this down. Let's try 120. Yeah, I think 120 is good. hitting spacebar and panning it. I can actually. Yeah, that's too much. To reduce my brush stress a little. Let's try 100. See, I'm trying to allow some of that redness to come back in so you can actually read it. Yeah, preserve some of that yellow on the outside of it. And over here to the K side of the kit. This looks kind of legible. Well, readable. Let's go brush size 70. That's better. See this tier right here, right? Definitely gotta improve on. Okay, let me zoom this back up. Oops. Let's see how this looks now. And it's starting to come together here. It's starting to come together here, actually. I kinda like that. I'm actually starting to like how this one's starting to look. You just zoom that out. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I won't be angry if you guys don't like it. I'm reading you guys' comments too. Or I mean, I'm reading what you guys are talking about too. Yeah, I agree too. A lot of anger out there. A lot of yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too. I'm reading what you guys talk about. Oops. So what do you guys think about it right now? Well, I don't, well, go figure, right? That wasn't my intention, but I don't know. What do you guys think about it? And remember, the background flames that you're seeing is a separate layer, so I could replace that. For example, maybe animate this too if I wanted to. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Not definitely not bad. It's definitely not bad, actually. How long have I been going for? Well, okay, obviously you could see this took a little time, but now that I have the work done, obviously save my file, stuff like that, back it up on, let's say, external hard drive, cloud, in the cloud, email, whatever, right? Offsite backup, right? Have a redundant source of it, or a backup source of it, right? Local copy and stuff like that. So also, I'm gonna go back into this right now, make sure I save that. just gonna open up my desktop here. I actually have to see how big this file is. Getting actually, let's see where it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the save files only a couple megabytes. I can still email that out. I can flip. In terms of old school type of storage, I can fit this onto like 4 floppy disks. That's how small the file is. So for sure I can email this out. What I'm gonna do here is go over here, also save it. I'm gonna actually bring it up on the screen here real quick here. I'll put my everything back in. I appreciate everyone taking the time to drop by on this live stream during my live digital creation mode featuring Photopedia on this one. Available at photopedia.com. I just used a flame fire template. I just put fire into the search and got something out. You can see the, I might show the return a little here. So basically what I'm doing here is just exporting out JPEG image to use. It'll flatten. That's what you see kind of deal. And let's see. Just go back into this real quick here. Let's show my folder here. I'm just gonna take a look on my end real quick here. So I'm gonna bring this into the spot right here. So I'm gonna show this now. So I have this actually open in the web browser. You can see it right here. Well, I have to pan it, but it's not too bad. So let that stay on screen for a moment here. You guys will see it in a moment. I know. Oh, 3.5 floppy. You know, the under 1 megabyte. What's a megabyte? What's a megabyte? Megabyte is 1,000th of a gigabyte. Actually, I don't have the chat replay available if the stream's done. So the chat's only available while the stream's going. I'm pretty sure I set that up in that way. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I could work on this a little bit more. A couple of details I have to adjust. I can retail. Just more condenses. Like that K right there. That F. I could tone that a little. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad for what it is. See this bottom here? You see these two extra flames at the bottom here. I might tone that back here. I might do that right now, actually. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I catch you. Now, like I said, this is just something I made. Now, obviously, with skill, I'm not saying without skill you can't do this, but you can learn how to do something similar to this. Like, I'm all for having, like, those stock images and stuff like that, but sometimes, you know, you want to set yourself apart from the stock images, that stock stuff. It's just like a car, simply of a car. You can have this nice fancy car, right? For example, when sometimes you want to set yourself apart, stand out, be like, where it's like personalized, customized, stuff like that. Hold on just a second. Just give me a second. Hold on one second. Yeah, sorry about that. Just had to deal with something. Anyways, I'm just gonna clean this up real quick here. Come back to the image here. Just gonna clean this up real quick. Since it's gonna do this. I'll clean this up just right here. Just gotta clean this up just a tick here. Just those little things I was just mentioning earlier. Some details here. Make that F in the fire a little bit more noticeable. A little bit more noticeable in that I spot right here. Turn it back a little bit. Yeah, around this K area right here. Try to tone that back. It's more noticeable. I can actually realize that's actually a K. That would be more than I as much as possible. Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot that bottom part right here. Let me see what here. Elasticity, keyword shortcut. Select my wide frames. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. I'll put the headphones on. Alright, sorry about that. So I just had to deal with things from time to time. Okay, coming back to what I was saying. Okay, so let's select this wide frames layer right here. And just remove some of this back a little bit more. At the bottom anyways. So, back to a little bit bigger brush. Oh, way too much. Oh, wait, almost forgot I don't have anything below it. And then actually select black right there and actually select the brush instead. It's actually black behind it. Zoom in. Come from the bottom here. Oh, this brush size way too big. And it's kind of down 200. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's another. Yeah, it's starting to look like how this looks. Not too bad. You know, it looks relatively nice for what it is, but it also looks kind of fancy. Like, fairly readable, legible, as far as I can tell. I'll still have to see it on a, on a smartphone. If I can see it on a smartphone relatively well enough, or like great, then it's good. It's good to go. It looks nice too. And the thing is, let me just save this right here. I can bring in stuff like, or images that I do have. I can bring in images that I previously have, for example. Let's see here. Okay. See, that's green screen color, right? So basically now I can actually I'll keep the green screen in there. So basically now I can isolate the fire kit words themselves, bring that into something else. I mean, for example, let me just actually save this here so you can actually, or save as, I should say. What I'll basically do here, while you guys are watching this live digital creation mode here, actually I'll bring this in to OBS right now, just so I can show you guys. Let me do this thing. Oh, actually, no, I need to. So what I'm gonna do here is I actually bring this into OBS right here, so you guys can actually see something, right? Really cool too. It's source image. Put this in here, so you can see them right here on your screen right now. What I'm gonna do is actually remove. Oops. Put a filter on it. We're gonna real quick here. Chroma key. So there's. Let me just see here. Just this for the smoothness and stuff like that. And there might be some minor imperfections in there still. We're using it for green screen. You'll kind of get the point. And I can do stuff like this or whatever. So let's say I was showing the fire kit live. Let's say I was showing this live. I can bring this in right into right now. Because when you're seeing it, me working for Wikipedia, I had the layers. So the text, in this case, the word fire kit was separate. So I can put a green screen, the green screen color behind it, bring it into OBS, for example, chroma key that out, as in move that color out as a background color, and bring this in. So I could do something like this and be like, my video, my camera, and I'd be like, hey, I'm showing this fire kit, And also I play around with this until I felt like it was kind of cool, or good enough for me. Something like this. And you can see there's slight imperfections there. Boom. Sorry about that. Just gonna leave that off the screen here. I'm not actually using that right now. Let me see. Are you guys alright? Well, technically, I can actually make that into a GIF. Technically, because now I have like the layers in there. Once I animate it, I actually could. Not that I do that apart, but it's possible to do that. Let's see. Or 3.5 floppies to see the GIF. It's possible. I know it's possible. I mean, for something like StreamYard, obviously, if you have the paid, then you can do a lot more. I know that for sure. But, like, I can You can do stuff. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I appreciate you taking the time to drop in. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone taking that time to drop in. Guess you're enjoying this. And like I said, I'm just gonna hide this part here. The green screen went down. So let's see. Oh, wait, I almost forgot showing it. So this is how it looks. It's looking like. No, no. Let's see if that might work. Alright. So I have that saved to my desktop right now. Just to double check. Just double checking here. Yeah. Right, always save your work, make sure you actually have it. Now that I actually go back to new here. I'm gonna show you guys what this is the original thing. So from this template right here, I created from that to this. Well, why are you using like a stock image of the fonts in the background? With a little bit of manipulation in terms of text and stuff like that. I created this. And I could, let's say, put some other text that says automated version or something like that. Let me save this real quick here. Just let me. What I'm gonna do here is actually bring this down here. I'm gonna merge these two together because I am working on it. Let me see here. Before I do anything here, I'm just gonna double check here. And there might be some. I think I'm just kind of being picky on the details, huh? But I do that though. Clean this up a bit here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I know I'm going at this a little fast for people that are not as experienced and knowledgeable in this. However, I am willing to help you guys all. And learn this just to improve your own content on your own channel, Instagram, image. If you're trying to create a thumbnail, make a thumbnail for YouTube here, possibly, or your social medias, whatever it is, Instagram and stuff like that. Some post on Instagram and stuff like that. Not necessarily fire kit, but something similar. Oops. I want to do this. Chat here. Let's see what you're. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Oh, matchstick? Matchstick. Okay. Okay. There's a challenge right there, right? Wow, that's so cool. I mean, I don't even mind making stuff for people. Like literally, I don't mind making this for people. Let me just let's see what I can see. I have no idea what to say. Let's say match. Yes. I'm showing that. Okay, yeah, see, there's something right there. So let's see what I just for fun, right? I'm just trying to see something that relatively works well on its own. See, I know exactly what I'm thinking already. I need to make a storm match. or those life matches. I'm just seeing which one kind of looks like close to what I want to do. Yeah, see, I like this one because it shows it's a nice close up. Let's bring this one in. Oh, it's done. That's what I was looking at. I'll hide all that. So, select the background here. Select all. Control X to cut it. Oh, it's at the roster. That's it. Okay. Select all. I guess I can copy. I don't need to cut. Yes, I want to close that one. Yes, well from clipboard. Just for you, man. Just for you. So let's name this matchstick, honestly. So let's see what it can do with us. Just for fun. Just for fun. Now, also, I know I have to turn this. So select all. Under image, it should be under transform. Counterclockwise, it should be that way. There we go. Save my work here. Awesome. Yeah, see, I don't have to do this in early. Yeah, do that. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta actually do it this early. Because I'm transforming turning the whole thing. I'm not trying to turn the whole image. I'm only trying to turn that one thing. Let me just bring this back here. See, like I said, I'm still trying this out, so let's see. Oh, no. See, I went to the wrong part. See, image. This would actually rotate the whole your canvas. What I should have did was went to edit and choose transform. See, now I can turn it. Yeah, see, now you get the point. Just until the match looks straight. Also, I'm not happy. There we go. That's probably a lot better. So you can just, it's like this one spot right here. Whatever, I won't need that. Here we are. Now I guess I gotta move this. Say right there. So what I'm gonna do here is go to blending options, so you can kind of, just do it real quick here, where I kind of turn down the opacity of the match, so it's kind of semi-transparent. You can kind of see the effect right there. So let's clean it up so it actually looks more like it. So again, E for eraser, and turn my brush size up a bit. And what I'm gonna do is actually turn the hardness all the way off here, and just remove this access thing. Clearly, I'm not gonna need this and this. Just a rough outline, real quick. Also, I'm trying to preserve much of the match, the little flare of the match as much as possible. Okay, just checking over here. Exactly. I'm burning the midnight oil with a powder kit from the elevator. Nice to see you, by the way. Yeah, a little bit of laughter is nice, right? Just coming back to this here. Just like a quick rule. It's just, I know I'm not gonna need all that stuff right there. I just wanna get that out of the way first now. I'll tone this back. Turn the hardness down a bit. Just kind of like feathery. Yeah, that's what you. So I have to zoom in. That's a little better. My brush size might be a little too big too. Too small. Yeah, 150. Trying to remove a lot more of that small part of it. Without actually removing much of the other stuff. I'll have to tone the edge out. Because also that edge right here was part of the original image, so it's not there. But tone it back a little here. So now you can see that match head. It's actually straight, so now I should think it should be the lasso. Where's it? It's on the. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I get the magneto lasso. It's kind of fall that line. You see these kind of dashes, also known as marching ants. So basically now I can remove that out. And I'll clean this up a little bit more. Let's go about this. Oops. Okay. Press Control D there to deselect everything. Try to follow the contour of that. Just below that flame, so I don't want to remove that part out too much. See the dash, the continuous dashes going around, that's your selection, also known as marching ants. Keyboard shortcut again, Control X to cut that. So I got that. Now it looks a bit cleaner. I'll still have to clean this up, obviously. Again, Control D to deselect. I'm gonna remove these little things here. I'll just zoom in. Oops. Zoom in a little bit here so I can actually see it. So you'll see these lines. Oops. Here. Hold on. Before I do anything silly here, make sure I save my work like usual. Yeah, too small. Yeah, that's about right. Turn the hardness up. Move this right here. I'll clean this edge up a little here. You know, now that I'm actually making this, it makes me want to make a fur kit or make some feather sticks. I'm not even joking. It makes me want to like make some feather sticks or some fur kit running away now. I'm just saying when you. Yeah, it's nice to see you, by the way. Nice to see everyone here. Everyone taking the time to drop in. And if you haven't already, or if you're new, obviously, feel free to subscribe. Yeah, see? Yes, I made that too. I made that from scratch. I made that like brutally from scratch. So that's something you won't see that as a stock anywhere. Because also when I was making it, I was just like thinking to myself, well, subscribe as CR, so why not emphasize that? That was my philosophy or my reasoning for doing something like that. So coming back to what I was doing here, like I said, I'll clean these edges up a bit here. Just want to zoom in here. Yeah, that's part of it. Turn down the hardness, which is pretty much like feathery. Let's zoom out on here. No, I still have to work on it. I know I'm working a little bit fast here for people not familiar with us, but I'm also trying to get this done too now. A little bit more. See, I don't want to come into here too much here. Yeah, see, let's not move too much. Because I don't want to move too much. It could be more difficult to add back in. It's just like word working or something like that. It's like, you know, if you have coordinates, sometimes it's a little bit easier when you have a little bit extra. When you have too little, then you gotta join or add back to it. So I try to relate some preparedness while I make this fire kit thumbnail. And it's live digital creation mode with CR here. I do appreciate it. I want to take the time to drop it. I'm gonna clean this up a bit here. Save my liquor. Let's see what I can do here. Let's just see if what else can I just not that. Commit to that, but yeah, let's clean it up a bit here. Let's remove my extra stuff on the side here, so you could see. Now, this checkerboard, white, gray checkerboard, that pretty much shows you that that's the transparency in the background. It's just to indicate that it's transparent. It looks full down. So I gotta clean this part up right here a little bit more. Now let's turn on the brush a little here. It's nice and little. Oh, see, I did way too far. Just gradually moving a little at a time. It's almost like whittling. I'm trying to whittle it away until I get something that's kind of what I want, as much as possible. Yeah, see, I still have that spot at the top. Oops. Zoom back in. Also, need a little bit off the top. So like I said, this is Photopedia that I'm working on with right here. Cloud-based, online-based photo editing. Kind of photo image editing tool that you can use. It's free to use. It's ad supported on the 3.1. You can pay for this. And also it'll remove the ads and get more of this history. Place the history. The free version's fine. Let's show it right up here. See, all features are free, are available. Look, all features. And there's the pricing. Not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I'm using it. It's, as you see, you can do stuff with it. So let me just show everything in the background. Show everything again. So I'll have to put this in the background now. And it's starting to come here. You know, I have to admit that was a good idea about the match head. Really, yeah, I really gotta thank you about the match head. And that was actually a good idea because it's increasing that contrast a little for me here in terms of seeing some stuff. care. Can't read the chat. A little behind every so often, but we do come back in. Take care. It's nice to see you again. Stay safe out, please, out there. Yes. Oh, she took off too. I didn't realize. Did she do that? Oh, no, she is. It's all good, my friend. Appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in. I know. When you see the replay, you'll be like, so this is what CR created. Yeah, this is what CR created. So, like I was saying, I'm just gonna call on the match head. Actually, I'll clean that up. See, I gotta remember the bottom part. Since I'm quite satisfied with it, let's select all here. It should be where's the crop? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now I can select. Unselect everything. No, you didn't do that. Now I have to remove this bottom part out. Because it isn't in the field of view for me right there. Cut it out. See, I have to remove some of this excess stuff here. It's not because I won't need it anymore. It won't be part of my finished product or finished image here. Yeah, see, that's a good call. And see, that ease a little bit more noticeable now. In here. Like I said, I'll clean this up, but just kind of. My sim as hell, it's actually, I can actually, feels like I can read it even better. Seems like it anyways. So what I'm going to do here is make the, I'm going to darken the matchstick a bit here. I'm just going to make a copy of it just so I can work with it. Just in case, right? Just in case I screw something up, I can still refer back to something because I made a copy of it. Let me come back to my side chart real quick here. So let's see here. Yeah, I could, let's see. There's a couple ways I can do this probably. Yeah, let's try. I thought they had this in here. Maybe they don't have this in here. Where is it? Ah, here it is. No, that's not it. It's a subtool. Yeah, here we go. Right here. Burn tool. That's what I'm looking for. Darken up that match it a little bit more. Kind of looks more like it's burnt. That's why it's called right over here. That's why it's called the burn tool. You know? Let's manual here. Burn the match it a little bit more than usual. Basically, it's making it darker. Basically, in a nutshell, making it darker. So I'll have to clean up that top part a little more too. I think remove the image up a bit here. So I'll have to clean up that edge at the top. And now, because I made a copy of this, I'll swing the original back up above it. Show it, right? So you can see it before and after. And what I'm gonna do here, I'll make a copy of it, so in this case, show the copy. Well, the copy 2 of it. The original is at the bottom, and that's shown. Now these two, what am I gonna do here? Zoom this back out. Just kind of blend both of those together. So again, I'm gonna use E here, the eraser tool. I'm gonna remove part of the copy 2. So basically what I'm doing is the bottom of the match head a little more like whiter, I guess, creamier in color, and as it goes up, it'll become darker and darker. That's the idea, anyways. That is the idea. Now let's see what I can do here. As you can see there, so basically, yeah, that's what I just did. It's because it's part of the same image. If that makes any sense. And this is why a lot of time you'll see people make copies of the same layer and stuff like that. So you could do an effect, something like that, for example. Wow. Look who it is. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, I got your message. I'm glad to hear from you. And everything's okay? Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I appreciate you taking the time to drop in. As you see me randomly make a thumbnail for a fire kit, apparently. Or I can use other items in this, right? Like I could just isolate the fire part, remove the kit part, whatever. Now even this match I could probably reuse somewhere in there. Let's merge that down here. Oops. Like I said, it is possible to actually run this on your tablet or smartphone, especially if you have a newer version of the device in the hardware. However, I haven't tried out the full what you can actually do in it. Does it actually work like this in the mobile device? Or can I actually create stuff like this? It's a little bit different because you're touching the display. So I remember I'm using a mouse and a keyboard so I can do keyboard shortcuts and stuff like that. On a touch display, you're only touching one spot at a time and stuff like that. And also you can save your word and stuff like that. So I don't know if you could do something as elaborate as this on the mobile device, like a phone or a tablet, for example. Let me just zoom in here. I need to clear this up at the top. That's way too clear cut. It would never look like this. I'm trying to make the match head kind of look more realistic. E for eraser tool, just too small of a brush size. And make it look more like a tip. See if I can add some flare into this. Oh, that's not so bad. It's not so bad whatsoever. Like I could even probably tone down this part right here at the moment if I wanted to. I wanted it so you could see it. I could probably tone that back a little if I wanted to. Now from this, I feel like I can make a candle. I already have the matchstick. Making a candle wouldn't be that much more difficult. Wouldn't that be that much more difficult? Okay, before I do this, just so I don't screw it up, I have to come back to this. Since I'm satisfied from what I see right there, I'm gonna remove the original one so you can see this was how it originally looked like, and with their stuff behind it. I removed that back now. So from that to like that. With this one, I'm gonna leave that one. I wanna rename this to matchstick. See, I didn't really need to remove that. Control Z, time to remove, change the text. Remove that. I just did that again. I'm trying to rename it there. Okay. Make a copy of it, duplicate the layer, hide, not show, the original. And now, before I even do that, you guys are gonna see something cool too here. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to hear. Hey, I'm doing well, my friend. It's nice to hear from you, by the way. Glad things went out well. Because I know not a lot of people at times ride the storm nicely, as they say. Especially out east right now. Some of those places. I've heard people have messaged me. So, always prayers to you people handling storms and stuff going on, there with you guys in spirit. Well, okay, I'm not doing it for this stream. Next time. Well, like I said, I'm using a laptop to run this. So, let me just come back here. What I'm going to try to do here is, oh yeah, under edit here, transform, perspective. Ooh, you guys see this here? I can, come on. Yeah, see, I got this little hiccup at the top. Yeah, I'm trying to get a perspective in here. That's way too much. Escape to not commit to the transformation. We're gonna transform there. I could warp it probably. I'm gonna try perspective first. See if that even works for me. Yep. See, I can't do that. Okay, let's try this guy. Transform under edit. And you see, you can scale it, shrink it, expand it, rotate it right there, distort it. There's a warp thing in there too. I'll probably try that after, but I want to try the perspective thing first. Okay. Doesn't seem like it's working for me. I'm trying to get something in here. Okay, we'll try the warp. Fine. Let me zoom out here so you guys can see more. Okay. Basically, warp means, well, as you can see, this is what it does. Pretty much I can stretch like one side, but it'll restrain it on the other side. This here. Again. I'm trying to keep the match. I'm trying to keep my match straight. Although sometimes I have seen matches that are slightly curved. They're not like perfectly like straight down the set. Straight down, like I guess, perpendicular to the ground. Or parallel to the ground, depending on what you're looking at. I don't know how much I like this, but I could stretch that out a bit. I don't need to commit to this kind of thing. Like I said, it's layered on the side, so I feel like, hey, it's fun to wear or practice this part, but I don't like the match or whatever. I can revert back to something else. I don't know how much I like that. So I'll hit enter to confirm that, or commit to action right there. Let's see here. I don't know how much I like that. I swear it looks like something else now. I don't know. I don't know how much I like that. It looks like some, kaboom! It reminds me of that right now. So coming back into my chat right here. So I can read what you guys are saying. Oh, did you? I actually heard that there are places from someone else who was getting like 100 mile per hour winds. I was just like, dang. Oops. So they have not messaged me back, so I'm hoping they're doing okay and stuff like that. I kind of mentioned, if they lost power and stuff like that, I was just like kind of mentioning like, maybe fill up that bathtub just in case, right? Just in case, if you don't need to use it, you can just gradually use it in time. But if you do need to use it, it'll be there, for example. So, trying to be proactive as much as possible. You think I had the perspective option? Well, I don't think it is. I can undo, right? Let's see, I think I can go back to transformation here. I'll go back to the duplicate right there. Alright, we'll go back to it. And again, once again, Control plus S to save it. You can see right there. Yeah, right there, Control plus S. Save. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, it's one that stored it. Yeah. Let's see here. Maybe I can try something more with this. I can level it back off. I still don't like it. That's still not going for me. Not really jiving for me. Not clicking, as they say. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to just select a smaller area of it. Now I'll transform that. Yeah, that's why I need to. This is why I'm not working. Like a fool, I forgot about that. image. So I'm trying to make this kind of look like it's coming from the bottom. I don't know. I didn't do the commit. See, I have that it's selected on the outside, so I'll press Control plus D, unselect or deselect everything. Yeah, I mean, I can level it off at the bottom. Okay, wait, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And the thing is, one thing I like, that weight actually helps a little. The thing is, so if I just do it over here, we go close. I don't know. For you guys, like the guys and gals and people out there, if you're watching on a smaller phone right now, so you guys can give me that feedback on it. That's nice. Well, you'll see me scale it back. Right? I'm trying to see. That's why I'm zooming it out so, a little. So if you can still note stuff, the words and stuff like that, then it's probably still good. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right? It's just in case, right? Because I always figure, being proactive, if something does happen, you were already proactive. If nothing happens, well, it's not. I'm not gonna say just empty the tub out, not use it, but you can just gradually use it, right? I've heard kind of do something like fill up the bathtub and not do it at all, and realize later, oh, maybe I should have, in hindsight, filled up the bathtub while there was still the ability, or while that was still a viable option, instead of in hindsight later, it's like, oh, I wish I filled up the bathtub. So now we don't have whatever, right? So. Yeah, something like that, right? Something like that. Something like that. Let me just zoom back in here. Nope. See, I can see it on my screen because you guys. Let me just here. Mind that? And like I said, I don't have to commit to that because that's on a separate layer. So. And I still have the. Yeah. How much of a difference is that? Yeah, slight difference. I think I'll actually keep that copy in there. That a matchstick. I could do that. I can upgrade. Update that later on. I do have the main stuff in here. So once again, just so I can show what. Let me save this first. So I know some people just came in. I'm gonna show here. This is the original image I worked with. The matchstick's right here. As you can see, I originally worked with. Let me open it up. See, this was the original image I worked with. This is a template, and from that, and the matchstick, and a little bit of work also in time. I went from that to this. It was pretty good. I'm just not hide that matchstick for now. But this was the original thing. I'll have to work that matchstick in. I don't know, I need to. It feels like it needs to stand at the top a little bit more. Personally. Because I'm trying to, click this actually exist in the real world. I guess I'm looking for a little bit more realism, a little bit more in this case. Well, obviously the fire kit words are fake, but trying to blend it together, so to speak. Let me save that out. Yeah, I kind of like how this looks. Like I said, all the stuff pretty much is non-destructive, pretty much. So like I said, I can remove the fire kit out, the fire kit, the wide flames background, put the green screen in the back, chroma key or reboot that green screen later in post or let's say OBS or something like that, or for the video editor, and it would work well like this, but with a background, let's say video or something like that. Maybe possible to actually make the fire drip. I'll just see if I planned it that way. Because the idea behind when I was using this as the I changed the font a lot since I added to it, but the idea was why I liked the font was because it reminded me of dripping wax. So let's see if I can pull that off. Not too bad. There might be a few little details I might be able to put in here still. I still have that there. Oh, see, I almost forgot to put the flames back in. See, I almost forgot to put the flames back in. Well, I'm just not actually rename that. Oops. Rename. We can do this, come on. That. To yellow flames. Actually, that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh, before I even commit to anything right there, let's see where we're. Control S. Duplicate this out again. And then also it's added to it. And then just to see how this looks like, I'm gonna blur that a little bit more. Let's see. I don't want to blur. I know I want to blur it. I just can't remember what each one does now. Yeah. I'll try it out and see. See what I like. Change the angle of it. Yeah, no, reset. And see, I don't like that. I'm not trying to spread it too much. I'm not trying to spread the flames too much there. So, like I said, sometimes I'm seeing what's the work. Yeah, I don't think Wins Sport is going to be the one I want. It's pro and all. But we'll see for myself. Like I said, I'm just messing around now. See if anything. It's not. Yeah, I'm not noticing anything. It's not. Yeah, I'm not noticing anything. Oh, I guess I can. Well, that's not too bad actually. Rifle blur usually turns it and blurs it. I'm picturing like this kind of like how do I say this, like, you know, like the wind's blowing at it, and it's like actually curving, causing the flames to arch. That makes any sense? It kind of reminds me of that right now. Hey, I was working with fire too, just digitally. Welcome back. By the way, nice to see you again. Appreciate it. Everyone dropping by and still dropping by. Yeah, exactly. Better to have it and not need it, and then need it and not have it at all. Ever have the option on the table, then not have the option. If you don't have the option at all, well, you don't have it at all. But if you have the option, you don't need it, you know, you have the option of using it or not. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. I mean, like I was just doing this relatively fast. Relatively. When I say relatively, I mean relatively. I'm seeing you guys as in the side chat. Okay. I always wanted to get into foraging. I guess I could talk about fire. I am using a fire kit as an example for this. Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, change this zoom or spin. Yeah. I was thinking the zoom's better. Hmm. It's gonna get complex. I can tell. So it's starting to come leg or it's just and like I said, if any of the stuff I do like part of the image, I can add that in and just remove the extraneous data or parts of the image. Hmm. I think I know exactly what I'm gonna do here. And not commit to that. I will use. I'm gonna go back to this original one. Right here. Yep. Well, let's see if this could work actually. Duplicate my main fire kit main right there. Actually, I'm gonna use that. I think that might actually work. I went to radical order. Yeah, there we go. Not the spin, but the. Oh wow. I kind of like how this looks now. Hey, look. Kind of almost like a. Like what am I thinking of? Like a real thing. Real thing. I'm trying to think of a solar flare. It almost. Hundred. And let's kind of see what I can do here. So I'm starting to slip. I can tell I'm starting to lag behind here. What I'm doing. Yeah. Need to. Exit out of that real quick. I need to see one more again. Come back into it. It's a double checker. Oh, my CPU usage isn't that high, but I think it's the amount of memory I'm using. So, but if you got something more modern or in the last couple of years, you should be fine. You should be fine. I just can tell. So it's not as responsive as it was earlier. But also, I'm starting to make something pretty complex. So I'm just trying to you don't see me changing the amount here. So I'm trying to get that nice sweet spot. Not too much, but not too little. I'm trying to move. It's not too bad actually. It's not too bad. I think I'll have to tone it back though. See if I not before. And pay attention to the legibility or the readability or how legible the text is on your screen. That's what I'm paying attention to. Like, it looks cool, but it almost feels like that E right there, you might lose that, because, see, this little, let's say, by the hook of the E on the small case E, you might lose that. I'm trying not to make that look like something like an 8 or a 0 or something like that. So there's, like, the rest of the kits, even F doesn't look so bad. I looks kind of cool. It almost looks like below the dot of the eye, it's kind of like that yellow flame coming out. I'm gonna commit to this for right now. See what work right here. Go back to my side chain right here real quick. Yeah, I know, right? Hmm. And let me just come back to this real quick here. Like I said, I can tone this back a little here if I wanted to. Like it's okay, so this is gonna be the because I actually had to pull this back. See, I'll have to clean up my layers after. See, I still have the original. See, I'll actually let me show the original text. Because that was the more original way the text was when I first started editing this. That's how the text was. Obviously, whatever the color is, I still have that. I won't, probably not gonna need that, because what I have right now is actually better than that. Add some of this back in here. Yeah, I'm not gonna add the match. The match is too much for this. Yeah, the match is too much. Probably looks better like this. If I was to do the match now, I think I would make it a little bit smaller. So I'm actually move it back because I don't think it's necessary. Because the way that I'm doing this now, right? The match needs to be like right there, kind of deal. And it's a flame sticking out there. So I probably have to either find a better picture or do it again. It's okay. And let's see. You can see I have more. Let's not move that. Because I can show you some previous thing that I had in here. You can see some of the previous work I was doing in here. just not hold on to that just in case I don't use that. I don't need to show that. I just kind of renaming everything right now. I'll click here just so I know what I'm using here. And when I come back at this like a week later or whatever, I kind of like, oh yeah, that's what that layer was supposed to do. So let's say I'll put 4, as it actually is kind of like 4. Well, that was affecting us. Show this again. Now I can kind of mess around with this if I want to. There's all these are options I can mess around with. Whatever. But I think what I have is actually quite good. Save that. Well, so let me know, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, comparing it to something else, right? Here's the thing. Well, like I said, even sure, if had. I think I like that too. Comparing it to other things, right? It's hopefully it's not as bad. It's like snowstorms or something like that, or the amount of snow and stuff like that. It's like, well, I see more snow. I seen it colder, right? You know, especially if you're. It's one of those things I guess if you're breaking records per se. Yeah, something to be said about that. Especially if you're breaking records that are really old, even closer or near to uh, smaller in time scale, like maybe even 20 years old. But you're breaking records that are like 80 years old. There's something to be said about that. So this seems so bad. This ain't so bad. And I'm pretty sure you won't find this. You might be able to find this as stock image or whatever out there. But the thing is, the reason why I like to do this, it's not just the challenge of doing it, or to digitally create something, or be in creation mode. It's because it allows me the flexibility of like doing more with this. Because if I went online and grab something, even something that looks like this, the thing is, this is gonna be a fine image. Like what you see on the screen right now, that's what you would get. However, because I created this for the most part, I have the layers in here, so I can be like, hey, let's change up the wide frames. Let's put in the green screen back in, for example. Or that's not working. Let's put these in. And put this back in and stuff like that. So it allows me more flexibility in terms of how I can use it and kind of manipulate it or change it. Because I have the original working document and stuff like that. All the layers on the side, like you can see right here. Speak of things, I should actually rename stuff. Just so I know. Kind of clean up my kind of working space right here. So let me just, like I said earlier, wait, hold on. I did save right. I did save right. Just making sure. Just making sure before I fully exit out of this. And I actually have to double check my desktop here to see how big the file size is on this now. Click here. Oh, okay. It's only like under 5 megabytes, so Or in other words, maybe I could fit this on 5 floppies. 3.5. That's an FYI. Let me just see it in my chat right here. Oh, okay. Alright. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Between the between the red and the yellow. Okay. Let's see what I can do. Is it possible? I think so. I think I might be able to pull this off. But we'll just see. Thank goodness I kept some of the original stuff, just so I can, just in case if I had to reuse something, I didn't have to recreate it from scratch again, or only use what I can already had. I'm gonna copy that and bring that to the top here. That one. The red there. Red there. Let's see here. I think this one might work. It's not hide the flames. So I can just see the fire kit copy right that I have in here. So I should be able to. Oh, there's 2 ways of doing it. I'll go to the blending options. Change the color overlay. We have for this. Oops. This would be nice if I was in the right one. Change that to black. See what I can do with this. Also, it's no longer red, honestly. What I'm gonna do here, just to see. Yes. I can change the color back to none. It's a little too much for it. I gotta change that back to none here. It's very good. Alright, so this red fire kit red copy, which is actually black by the way now. It actually looks black. Let's see if I can add some blur into it and spread it out a bit. We'll see. We'll see. Who knows, right? Might be a good idea. I don't know. Not sure what to use, so I need to spread it out. Actually, maybe Rackle Blur. I'll have to see once I do. See, I know I have to bring the flames back. And let's see. And let's see. It almost. I don't. Yeah. I'll try Elder Glow right here. Change this to normal. Change the color to I'm trying not to add an outline too much in there. But I guess we'll see what I can do. So you can't even tell what that did anything. Yeah, I kind of did something, but yeah, see, I wasn't part of that yellow down, right? What I'm calling it's ripping. Well, not probably what you had in mind. That's not what I had in mind, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you had in mind, but it was cool. It was not my intention. You know, sometimes just playing around and just trying stuff out. I'm trying not to put more lipstick on the pig, as they say. That's kind of silly. I mean, I could leave that in. I could just rename that as well, the white does help with the contrast if it's black. Well, sometimes you do see a little bit whitish with flames too. I don't remember right. Hmm? Uh-huh. No. Oh, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome, my friend. Oops. Channel. That's not too bad. No, I guess it's not too bad. It actually makes that dripping look kind of like really cool right there. And it makes that kind of cool. Now, wait, CR before you do anything else. Save your work. Save your work. Always keep saving your work just in case. Alright. I really like how that looks though. I don't know why that. It changes it since I put the dark in there. Well, maybe I can. Well, I think before I, yeah, I think I'm done. Before I start doing more, because now it's getting really complex in terms of even for me, because I gotta remember here what I'm doing here. Rename this all these. Come on, Cedar. Come on, Cedar. No, what did I name this? I don't know. I have no idea what I'm gonna name this. And it also it depends where you even put it too. Rearrange the layers, right? That's actually how it looks at the top, right? It's also it's below it, stuff like that. Looks cool. So I'm gonna name this as I don't know. Come on. Pirate Kid. I'll just name it the white layer. White text layer. Just so it's more descriptive. So I know exactly, oh, this is supposed to. I usually describe it in such a way. It's just like why I call this wide flames. It's, I don't know, it's the wide flames. Not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. Not too bad for what it is. Let me zoom this out here. Yeah, it's still fairly legible. Oops. I guess it would help if I don't pay on too much. So yeah, I think one thing right here. It's this spot right here. Right here, I have issues with. Was as soon as I start zooming out, I start losing that kind of nothing there. It's from this right here. And this layer right here. Yeah, as soon as I zoom out, right? Obviously this isn't really legible because it's white text with a fairly dark background. But as soon as I put that the fire kit border in there. You notice that. So that means I actually have to clean that up before I finish here. Finish up here. Because it's not for fly. At least not for me. Because I can already tell. It's just a perfectionist thing. So I'm just gonna sub it out. Just clean it up a bit here. Yeah. This because I don't quite need all of it in there. It's just so it's more easier to read. So that background, which is black in this case, is a little bit more. Maybe you'll notice it now. You'll notice it if I can actually do it right. See, now you notice that a lot more. Let's see, I can tell. Because that white on this right here helps it stand out better because the white and the black have a high contrast. So it's easier to see it. This is almost like I have an outline of it. Because the red made it darker. Which means I have less contrast. Let's come back in here and just double check some of this stuff I was doing. Real quicker, it's like right here too. Literally, because when I blurred it, it actually spread it out. You know, I have to tone that back just a tad. I know I do definitely gotta tone that back just a tad here. Right there. Not too much. Might even be too much too. Let me just zoom in here. It's this one spot right here I could tell. And the hardness is down all the way to 0. Right? Because there's no that darkness. Well, because I'm removing it now, the darkness of the background comes through, so you gotta see it better. Because as soon as I zoomed out, I was just like, it's kind of a little bit more tricky to see the letters because now I'm adding effects into all that. So just gonna clear out this spot right here. Just tap this spot right here too. The E right here. Just so some of that whiteness wins through a little bit more. So it looks less and less like like something I don't want to see because I can't see it. Let's zoom out here. Yeah, even this spot right here. Oh, it's this spot. So that white and the dark background will stand a lot better. Yeah, see, now that I zoom out, I feel like I can actually read that F a lot better. And you see between the I and R, there's that dark spot. So you can actually notice it. And remember, I'm zooming out on my screen quite a bit. So I am actually more satisfied with this now. Yeah, I'm definitely satisfied with this now. Alright. I just want to make sure I did that. Yeah, you guys awake on it? Hey, this was your idea. I mean, you asked for a black instead, but I was just like, I got white, and I was just like, but it kind of helped. It felt like it helped a little bit more. Felt like it, anyways. I just kind of dig this. So what I'm gonna do here is actually I'm gonna export this out, and I appreciate everyone dropping by on this live digital creation mode with CR here, where I am making a fire kit thumbnail. Maybe using it for Instagram, I don't know, whatever. YouTube, maybe using it for video you might see later on. I'm just exporting out the finished document here to use. I'm done bring it. So this is what let me just so this is something I actually had earlier. I actually showed it earlier. So it was kind of looking like this. Okay, yeah, okay. Not bad for what it was at that time. Now, open it up. This would be nice if I actually open it up. As long as I show it to you guys again. Oh, what you guys just saw this, something like this. That's not too bad, huh? That's not too bad whatsoever. I always forget about the delay and stuff. Oh, I guess. No, I am showing it, right? Yeah, I am showing it. Oh, there we go. Now it's on the preview, so now you guys probably can see it. Not bad, hey? Not bad. Not bad. It's satisfying some of the stuff that I kind of wanted from this, like trying to make it look like the letters are dripping like wax. Trying, kind of making the fire kit words actually feel like they're on fire a little bit. I have the colors that I feel like I want. Warm colors like reds, oranges, and yellows also. They're very similar colors and analogous colors. There's some contrast with that white and black. So I'm quite satisfied with this. So I appreciate all of the feedback. Because clearly, one little thing helped. I think it was. And also, I cleaned it up a bit. Stuff like that. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. And just because, let me just go back to that Wikipedia here. Real quick here so you can actually see. What I'm going to do here. Well, actually, before I even show that. Let me just go back to that real quick here. Well, what am I thinking? I'm gonna export this out again. I'm just gonna show this without, and let's see this with the green screen. So I'm actually done. Again, export this out. This time, well, I'll export it out as PNG. It's not a big deal. Just so I know the difference. What I'm gonna do here is disable my window capture. So I'll say back to this. Appreciate everyone dropping by on my live digital creation mode. I'll bring that image into OBS here. Just to see, and this will be the one that has the green screen. Yeah. So you can see that right there. And just so you guys can see somewhat of a difference here, or try to. I'm gonna bring it. Let's see here. I'm gonna apply a filter to this right here, just so you guys can see this in action. Something I might do or something. And chroma key in here. Clean this up a bit here. It's too bad actually. Also, I have movement in the background, but yeah, there might be a few little minor details I think I can tell. Yeah. Nothing I can't fix yet. Nothing I can't fix. So I'm playing with this in OBS now, so we're not in the editor anymore. So for example, like I said earlier, if I was, let's say, showing a fire kit live or something like that, I could bring this up. So you would see what you were seeing earlier as the thumbnail, and I can bring this up, and you can see some really ways that the thumbnails are connected with the video a little. And we're using some aspects from the thumbnail to make part of the video and stuff like that, and vice versa. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not bad whatsoever. Alright, anyways. I'm not gonna commit to that. Oh, I can roll that. Let me roll that out. I'll come back to my window capture here. So, like I said, this was in Photopedia. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping you stay awake. I do appreciate everyone dropping by, as I've been going for like 3.5 hours. I'll probably end it in the next like 5-ish, 10 minutes. Because I think I've gone long enough here. Also, let's see what I did. Turn the stream. Just to recap stuff like that. Just so for everyone dropping in. Let's see. Let's see stuff like this. Let's see back over here. Save that. Just again, because I like to reiterate what I said earlier. This was the original image I worked with. And from that, I eventually got to this. A little bit trial and error and stuff like that. Also, like I said, name your stuff, save your file, make copies of your files too, just in case. A local copy, offsite kind of copy, or backup copy, let's say on a USB flash drive, external hard drive, stuff like that. Maybe, and some online or external source, maybe a hard drive, offsite copy. That's what I'm talking about. So, cloud copy, maybe. I mean, I can actually email this myself, store it in as an email. Might actually do that too. And like I said, I can isolate a lot of this stuff out, right? So I can remove the kit part out, just have the fire part, a lot of this other stuff. So, could I animate this? Maybe. I do have the layers in this, so I can do. Well, maybe not that part, but yeah, this feels like I can do this. Just because I have the stuff in here. I might have to work on the background a little bit more, but I'm generally satisfied with this. And click save right there. So I appreciate all your input, everyone. And remember, stay safe out there. Be proactive. Probably get some rest too. Yeah. Go practice. Practice the skills. Try stuff out. Try to learn things too, right? Also, I'm not even just talking about visual creation like I've done here to make thumbnails for the videos as content creators and making images or whatever to use on Instagram or whatever or our social media out there. But like practice how I said about I'll say this was a fire kit kind of thumbnail. Actually practice those feather sticks. Maybe try both hands. be ambidextrous. Stuff like that. You know, I always remember stuff like, friction or body warming and stuff like that. Especially with Tinder. It helps. It does help. I know it does. Let me see. Here I go. Bring some over here. Okay. No, it's not the one I want. So, anyways, thanks everyone. So remember, as our world changes, we will adapt to. Skill and knowledge will get better with practice. You can help everyone out there, but you can't help someone out there. Till the next video for me. Hope you enjoyed this live digital creation mode with me. You learned a thing or two. Go and try out something like a little PDA out there if you can. Take care, everyone.